Charlie, all smiles this week. Coming up a tough game against Roosters.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Champs are coming into town, so it's a lot of fun. And,
European champs.
European champs, Maple League champs, outside of that preseason game, I don't know of them ever losing. That's before my knowledge of the Maple League, so this is going to be a fun game.
They don't lose much, do they?
No.
Let's go back to last Sunday. Played 69ers on the ever fantastic Velodrome. Managed to shut them out. That was pretty impressive.
Defense was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Those guys, that front line, did so many good things. They just were on top of everybody. I honestly, having played quarterback myself, I felt bad for the kid at quarterback there for the 69ers. And that makes the job easier on the linebackers. It makes the job easier on the DBs. So it was a team effort. It was give and take. Quarterback might have been able to throw some hot routes or something, but the DBs had them covered. So excellent job by the defense all around.
Minus 19 yards.
And a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Offense, we don't even need to play.
well, it's like a few years ago, there used to be saying here at San Joaquin that, if offense manages to keep 0, defense will score.
Yeah.
So it's basically back to the same old days, huh?
Yeah, like the water boy or something.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't put up any kind of, huge numbers, but that tells us a little bit about how we got the ball and where we got it.
Yeah, we had excellent field position. We did put together a couple pretty long drives that killed the time and got a lot of yards. However, again, we had a little trouble in the red zone there, especially inside the 5-yard line. Missed a field goal, turned the ball over too much on offense, and again, we have to clean up our penalties. If you want to really make a run at this thing, you got to play pretty consistent football, and so the delays of games. You're going to get some holding calls, sure, but delay a game and any sort of procedural penalty, you got to cut that down.
That'd help.
Yeah, it definitely would help. Yeah.
I mean, two last games we've given up 200 yards in penalties. That's like 2 lengths of the field.
Oh, exactly, and that's the difference in some games. You look back at last year, you played a lot of tight ball games, and a lot of times came out special teams, and who made the most mistakes? Shoot themselves in the foot. So hopefully this year we can clean that up because again. We do have deep threat capabilities on the offense, but we want to just, we want to take those underneath stuff and just keep driving and driving and driving. So when you add a penalty to that, all of a sudden now you got to press the ball downfield. Yeah,
especially when you're like 3rd and 21.
Exactly.
You don't run much.
Exactly.
Well, you can, but
we can give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I doubt that any good things will happen.
No.
Anyhow. Roosters are a little banged up after Monday. They've had a lot of games so far. Must be exhausting.
That has to be exhausting. You feel for them having to play the Friday, Sunday there in the European Championship League, and then coming out and having to play a tough team on Monday on the Velodrome as well. It's not surprising people are banged up, but kudos to them for winning that championship, and they'll get healthy and they'll be back on track.
Oh, and even though they were hurt on Monday, they still came out on top.
Yeah, it was an interesting game to watch. I paid attention to the stats during the game. After our film session, we checked out the end of the game, and it was an interesting stat. So we were dying to watch the film, to see exactly what happened. And again, it came down to Turku made a lot of penalties, 4 fumbles. They lost 2 of them, a pick, and different things. So very close ball game, and he cleaned up a couple things. Maybe Turku wins that game, but the Roosters, very good job. They're probably the most prepared team to have a second-string quarterback come in. As much work as he gets, so they're definitely a dangerous team. You don't want to take them lightly by any means. We want to prepare for them like they're the greatest team on earth.
They have a huge roster. I mean,
exactly.
There's depth.
Yeah, exactly. And we played them in the preseason, like we've been talking about. We played them in the preseason with not a lot of their starters or their imports in, and it was still a tight ball game. Came down the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And in fact, the offense had a great drive that took up 7.5 minutes that pretty much ran down the whole 4th. So. We still have a lot of pressure on us, or maybe not so much pressure, but we still have a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
We must prepare well.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, the situation right now should be rather easy for us because everybody's talking about Roosters and Trojans, how they're going to be running away and playing the ball.
Yeah, and that's what I told the guys. I said, hey, outside of this locker room, who cares? you know, we have to view ourselves as the favorite each week. And I'm not saying we're going to be super cocky about it, but we just have to be confident. You never want to get too high or too low. And, like, you can't be afraid of losing. You know, you get afraid of losing and you get nervous and you put pressure on yourself, you know. And you can't do that. You know, say, let's spitball here and say we beat the, you know, the Roosters and the Trojans. You know, you might get a report out of somewhere in the league that the 69ers are supposed to beat us, you know, or something next. So, you know, it's all in our locker room, how we prepare and how we feel about ourselves.
Yeah, but we also have to look at the schedule we've had, which has been, no disrespect to anybody, but it's been rather easy.
Yeah, if you look across the league, like, for instance, look at TAF. I got a great amount of respect for TAF and their program. And they're down at 6, I think, right now. And that's a good team. And it's a playoff team. They will be a playoff team.
Yeah, I would say so, too.
Yeah, so, yeah, we definitely have a nice schedule. And luckily it's not, you know, a BCS system or something. So it's good for us. But, again, like we talked about, we've got to evenly prepare. I think TAF was a wake-up call for us as far as a prep week goes. We didn't prepare very well. And, you know, we've got to prepare for the Roosters the same as we prepare for the Indians. You know, we can't be down, we can't be high, we've got to be right there.
This year, you've been running more stable offense. It's been, you know, practically quite even though a lot of people say that we don't have any kind of running game.
Yeah. And that's something, you know, I think as we talk about with the schedule, some of these teams really want to sit back because it's such a pass-heavy league. And we'll go ahead and take those, you know, the bubbles and the hitches and the slants and that kind of thing. That's all right with us. We probably do need to, you know, I probably do need to, you know, commit more to the run. But, you know, we'll see as games go and as game plans work.
And why start repairing something that's not broken?
Exactly. We're putting up points. We're moving the ball. I don't want to out-cute myself, you know.
That'd be some work.
That would be a lot of work.
All right. Thanks a lot.